Hi there, it's Clinton Thomas from CrossFit Hamilton, and welcome to the New Year, New You Transformation Challenge. Now, this video, it's a brief overview of what the program is about, and there's generally two groups of people that are going to be watching this: people that have committed to the program and wanting to get more information in terms of what's going to be laying ahead for them. So fantastic. Hopefully this helps you out and starts to fill in a few of the blanks. We're also going to have the second group of people that are interested in this program, are looking for their own transformation and wondering whether this is going to be for them. And so by the end of this video, hopefully it also helps answer some of your questions and allows you to decide whether you want to go ahead with this program or not. But listen, let's get into it. The first thing what we need to do is we need to understand what exactly is an effective transformation program. And so there's a lot of things out there on offer. And I guess what we really need to understand is that there's three key tenets that you need to be addressing in order for the program to be a genuine success and to have long-term sustained results. So the first thing is it needs to improve our body composition. So listen, it's a transformation challenge. We want to look better. So it's about reducing developing muscle tone for some. It's going to be about reducing body fat. It's about looking better with the reflection you see in the mirror. We need to improve our health. Again, it's about not only about what we see, but it's about how we feel. And the third element is we need to improve the way we perform. And so if our program fails to improve the way we look, improve the way we feel, or improve what we can do, well, listen, it's a flawed program. It's really not going to be doing anything other than just setting you up for some long-term failure. Right, so moving on from that, what this challenge is not about, it's not about giving you a one-size-fits-all meal plan. We know that meal plans don't work. There's too many variables that will steer people in other directions. So what your skill set is like in the kitchen, what your food you enjoy, whether you're an emotional eater, whether you're what your social circumstances are like, what your shopping tendencies are going to be like. There's literally hundreds of variables that impact on what we eat, when we eat, and why we eat, and how we eat. And so the problem with a one-size-fits-all meal plan is that it ignores the vast majority of that and says this is exactly how you need to be eating, what you need to be eating, and when you need to be eating. And we know that people will generally be good for a week. Then by week 2, they typically slip off. So it's not about giving you something that you're not going to be able to do. The second thing is there's no counting calories and no accumulation of points. Now, we do, from time to time, run a challenge that accumulates points because it's got some real fun and novelty gaming factor about it. But on the calorie front, we know that, again, not all calories are created equal, and it's a futile exercise to count calories. So yes, you need to consume fewer calories than what you're burning out, but there's a little bit more. It's not as cut and paste as what people make it out to be. So if I gave two people a 2,000 calorie a day diet, one was loaded up with lean meats and fresh vegetables. The other person was predominantly processed sugary foods and sugary drinks. Both 2,000 calories, I guarantee the end transformation result are going to be very, very different. The other thing to it as well is that we're going to also find that people are inherently different with their hormone profiles. And so I could give two people an identical diet of the same foods and for the same caloric amounts and have very different results. So we all know that person that can eat whatever they want and not a thing changes. But we also know the person that just simply looks at the breakfast of that person and gains 2 kilos. All right, so that's where we recognize that, funnily enough, counting calories is actually a futile exercise. Now, we're going to give you some guidelines as to what you need to do to control serving sizes and to make sure you're getting the results you need, but it's not about calories. And the other thing is it's not about performing hours and hours of mindless cardio or soul-crushing workouts. We're not going to get results with that. Or if you are, it's going to take a lot of work and you're not going to be able to sustain it. So what the challenge is about, there's three underpinning factors here. It's about creating positive lifestyle change. So what do we mean by that? We're talking ensuring that your stress levels, your sleep patterns, your recovery mechanisms, what you do day in, day out, is it detracting away from your transformation success? And are there things that we can do to enhance your transformation success? And so we need to look at the lifestyle factors and lay a foundation for that. The second thing is based around nutrition. So we need to adopt evidence-based nutrition habits. And so we know that there's 5 key guidelines that underpin all successful nutrition programs. So we don't subscribe to any one way of eating. We subscribe, I think we're non-denomination when it comes to food relation here, but what we do know is that there's these 5 key guidelines that are consistent across every single nutrition plan, successful transformation program, and so we're following what the evidence says here. All right, so we're not. It's not a paleo challenge. It's not an I quit sugar challenge. It's not an isogenics challenge. It's not any one zone Atkins diet, 5-2 diet. It's Mediterranean. It's not any of that. It's about following what the evidence says, and here we've got 5 key guidelines for it. The third thing is it's about establishing effective, consistent training routines. And so we know that 3 sessions a week will get you results. 2 sessions will get you modest results. 3 sessions will get you really good results. 4 sessions a week, funnily enough, will get you more results, but maybe not enough to warrant putting in the extra effort. So we've got guidelines here, and know that the majority of your training doesn't have to exceed 20 minutes. But we'll chat about that. But it's not about doing hours upon hours of mindless cardio, as I said. It's not about getting you to train 6 days out of the week when you've only got 2 days spare. So it's about ensuring that it's congruent with your lifestyle and we're getting the biggest bang for your fitness buck. Right, so here's a couple of warnings. Firstly, what we're suggesting, it may appear simple, possibly for some even a little too simple, but here is our secret sauce. They are simple. Know that small, simple changes are the ones that deliver the biggest results. So what you need to do in moving ahead, and this is absolutely paramount for getting the results, is you need to trust us and trust the process. Right, so we have invariably, by human nature, a tendency to look at shiny objects. We'll be great for 1 or 2 weeks and then we'll see something shiny in the corner of our eye and we'll gravitate towards that. We need you to understand that, that the process is what the process is going to be. It's 12 weeks for a reason, and we can achieve incredible results, but you just have to commit and put faith into what's happening here. All right, so trust us, trust the process, and you're going to guarantee yourself results. Now, the other thing that we need to stress is we need you to be accountable to your coach. You're going to have a nutrition coach who's going to be responsible for overseeing your journey. There's also the bigger collective accountability of the group, the 12-week transformation group, and there's also, above all else, we're needing you to be accountable to yourself. And so what we mean by that is that we're not talking about being 100% strict 100% of the time. Funnily enough, you don't need to do that to get results. What you do need to do, and what is more important, is that you're actually able to be honest and accountable. All right, so be honest when you have your slip-ups. Be honest when you're lacking motivation. Be honest when you're questioning yourself. Because listen, that's all perfectly normal, but that's where we get genuine results, is when we can work with people that have that accountability, that honesty with themselves. All right, so let's actually go over the nuts and bolts of things. All right, so here, the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to have a kick-off meeting. And at the kick-off meeting, we're going to go into the full assessment sides of things. So we've got this ultrasound device that allows us to really measure down to 0.1 of a millimeter your body fat levels. We're going to be able to measure your muscle tone capacity, bone density, all of that sort of jazz. It's a tremendous device. Now, on top of that, we're also going to be getting weights and girth measurements. We're also going to be doing before photos. All right, so this is all critical because that which we wish to improve has to be measured. On top of that, we're also going to be sitting down and having a really, detailed goal-setting session. So know that someone who is 130 kilos and able to train 5 days a week is going to have a very, very different transformation goal to someone who is maybe 80 kilos and is only able to commit to 2 trainings per week. Right, so know that we need to establish a realistic, tangible, and specific goal to your own circumstance, and that's what this kickoff meeting is about. The third element is it also paints a picture for us to get you started. So what's going to be your unique starting point? Because we're all going to be different in how we're going to go about implementing these key behaviours. And so this process is allowing us to train you in terms of how you go about identifying your starting point. Right, so from there, we get into the nuts and bolts of the program. This is the 12 weeks. Each fortnight, we're going to be releasing a key nutrition behaviour. Now, we've released it in this predetermined order for a number of reasons. One of which is, all right, well, what's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck? So what's going to give you tangible results, as well as what we know is going to be, while challenging, is still doable. All right. So from there, we're going to have daily accountability, and that's going to come in the form of your nutrition coach. What's going to happen is every single day, we're going to get you to just rank, I guess, give yourself a performance rating on how you've gone for the day. And we use that, our gym software does this for us, called Wodify. So every day you'll just log in and just type a few notes on how you went, give yourself a rating, and then you'll submit a review, and that will notify the coach. And so your nutrition coach, and they'll be sitting there waiting for you for this to arrive in their inbox. And that's our way of helping hold you accountable on a day-to-day basis. On top of that, we've got training, CrossFit training. So we're expecting that you're going to turn up and train regularly. Ideally, a minimum of 2 sessions a week. Now, part of the membership, CrossFit classes are included, but we also know that some people aren't fully comfortable coming into a CrossFit group, and so we have small group personal training as well as personal training options available. But it's not included in this program. It's an add-on. So for anyone who's interested in the personal training or the small group personal training, you can catch up to us and we can tee that up separately. But we need to see at least 2 sessions per week. Now, in saying that, what a lot of people don't understand is the nuts and bolts of your typical CrossFit session is no longer than 20 minutes. And so here's the crazy thing. Within 40 to 60 minutes per week, you can do everything that you need to have done to achieve incredible results. All right, now, the fourth thing happening in the nuts and bolts of the program is every fortnight we're going to get you to review how you've gone, and we're going to also get you to detail some specific strategies that we've agreed or you're going to work on for the fortnight coming up ahead. And then we're going to get you to share that to the Facebook group. Now, that's super critical because on this Facebook group, we're going to have your nutrition coaches. There's going to be the other challenges. We're going to have qualified chefs who are specialists in clean eating. We're going to also have people that have been through the challenge before and are wealth of information. We're also going to have other people on there that are really have been working in the hospitality trenches for years and know foods and things just inside and out. And so there's going to be a ridiculous amount of experience, knowledge, all circulating on this group, and we're going to get you to try and every fortnight share this and understand that there's going to be such an incredible, powerful opportunity to information share and to support and guide and encourage others. And so that's a big part of what we do. All right, now on the fifth factor here with the Diamond and Platinum memberships, there's going to be every week your nutrition coach will be reaching out and contacting you to talk you through and work through with you on your strategies in a little bit more detail. So that's where we'll be customizing a little bit more. So looking at what you've done well, what we're wanting to develop, and what we need to do to really try and ensure that you're getting the absolute most out of the program. And for the Platinum members, every month, we're going to be going back through that progress assessment. The one that we did at the start with the ultrasound, the weights, the girths. That will tell us a very, very large amount about what your I guess your results are doing. So know that it's not so much about behaviour; it's more about outcome now when we're looking at this. So what's the body fat doing? Where's it moving from? Is it moving from the hips but not from the waist? Great. That tells us what we need to do and gives us some suggestions for tweaks that we need to make in terms of your programming. So that's all going to be super critical, super important. But that's for Platinum members, for those that jump on board. And then at the end of the program, we're going to go back through and we're going to do the full assessment again. We're going to have another, closing off meeting where we're going to get everyone in, do the assessments, get a big picture on where it's all at, and then that after the assessment is done, within the next 24 hours, as a coaching group, we're going to be getting together and the staff are going to work out who we feel are deserving of the finalists, as in who has achieved the greatest transformation, both behaviourally and physically. And then we're going to be putting it out, and we're going to have a week-long public poll to determine who the public feel has achieved the greatest transformation. And so members of the community are going to be able to vote on that. And then at the end of the week, we're going to have a grand finale where we're going to celebrate all of the achievements, acknowledge everyone's great efforts and the ridiculous transformations that we've seen. And we're going to announce who is the $500 winner. Right, so there's a lot planned. It's a really exciting 13 weeks. So 12 weeks program, and obviously the week closing it off with a poll at the end. We're really excited. From here, if you have any questions or you need further information, feel free to message us at CrossFit Hamilton. Message us via Facebook, or you can email Flick at crossfithamilton.com.au. That's Flick, Flick, at crossfithamilton.com.au, and we'll get back to you with some more information. Now, in saying that, in the meantime, guys, sit back, relax, get yourself ready because, yeah, it's going to be a big 12 weeks, and I can't wait to start working with you on the other side. All right, we'll chat to you then.